That boat just hit us. Hey! You guys just hit us! You can see the paint here. And the paint scraped right here. And then there's a big scratch right there on their boat.
Oh, okay.
They hit! No.
No,
The front is okay.
No, perché hai...
You see? I see too.
Ma no boom.
Yeah, just... Yeah, just light touch.
Touch.
Light touch.
Very, very slow.
Yeah, I think...
No, bam!
I think here it hit.
No, sir, no.
But no. There.
No strong, bam.
Yeah. Now been about 15 minutes and they're asking for a moment because they don't want to speak to us.
What?
What do you mean what? You guys hit us.
Where?
Right, can you see that mark on your boat? There's paint. There's paint right there.
Where, Brooke where?
Well, I don't know. But you don't just hit us and then get mad at me.
Wait. Where are you, Brooke? Where are?
I don't know yet.
You don't know, we don't know too. But you don't see anything.
But
Yes,
you hit us
actually.
and then didn't say anything. And then when I said you hit us.
Because we don't feel anything.
Okay,
Yeah,
but we're
that's cool.
telling you.
I just told you
Okay,
that you hit us
and
and then you're getting mad at me.
Wait. And I have an inspection now, right now.
Okay.
I get that, but why are you getting mad at me when you hit us?
Because we don't
Okay.
feel.
But that doesn't mean you get
Anything.
mad. Can you understand why I'd be upset if you hit me?
I don't know. I don't see.
We're telling you, and you could say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Just say sorry.
I'm sorry. No, but I don't see. But you, wait.
Well, yeah, because you hit my boat.
Okay, but we don't see.
But we're telling
Why
you.
you tell me? I'm sorry because if I don't see anything.
But we're telling you, so
I think for me, I don't touch in your boat.
Okay, but can you see the mark on your boat there? There's two marks, and then there's paint on my boat. The two little smiley faces right there. And if you don't believe that, and you might think it's nothing. You might think it's nothing, but it's not nothing for us.
You have everything broke. You tell me, okay?
If something's broke, I'll tell you.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
But why are you mad at me?
No, but I need to see.
Why are you mad at me? I can show you your paint.
Ô Miguel, então, mas lá com o homem, pai, então, só metade você bateu no barco. Bateu onde? Onde é que tá? Onde é que bateu? Onde? Mostra lá.
Yeah, right now, it doesn't look like anything's broken. Okay? But there's no reason to be mad at me when you hit my boat.
Mostra ali, vai lá, mostra.
I can see your paint.
Vai lá, mostra. Vai lá. Olha, meu pai, diga onde é que é.
yeah, it woke me up. It was really awful.
Vá, diga lá onde é que bateu. Aonde? Bateu onde?
Right here?
Aí o quê? Então tu, olha, tens que pagar a pintura do barco. E tá aqui.
Wow. So rude.
Nice.
These people are no good.
It's so rude.
Well, unfortunately, the people on that boat are being extremely rude, just not even saying sorry. Just when we've said, oh yeah, you have hit our boat, you've just got a scratch on the front of your boat. They said, well, show us the damage, show us the broken, where's it broken? They said, well, actually it seems really good that it's luckily not broken, it's just just a bit of paint. And they said, well, see, doesn't matter. What are you talking to me for? Go away. Like, unbelievable. If they had just come out and said, oh gosh, sorry, we didn't even know, then that would be okay. We'd all be thinking, well, that was all very lucky. But yeah, I don't know. I've just woken up and my heart is still pounding from being woken up like that. Thankfully, the Italian man on the boat next to us was actually up on his boat watching, and he has been able to tell us that this is the only spot the boat hit hard. It did hit the bowsprit, but it really only was scraping along it, the front of it. So that's good at least. It was just kind of the bowsprit won't have like damage that we can't see because it was much more gentle there, and the only bit that was hard was on the railing, and it hasn't broken that.
And the railing's not even really bent.
No, not at all. So really, really good. Actually, the worst bit of all is just how they've been acting. But yeah, I'm gonna go inside now and have a cup of tea, I think.
And then start working on stuff?
Yeah, then get back to boat work.
Man, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I think maybe people in big tough boats like that don't realize that they're so much more stronger than...
They just have so much weight.
Yeah, so much weight that something like this could, you know, damage something more internally, or more worrying for us if it's, you know, damaged the bowsprit where we're holding up sails and our standing rigging and everything. So yeah, it's more worrying for us, and just having a little bit of sympathy or a little bit of consideration would have just made me feel a little bit nicer. I'm glad you're here, honestly.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Aw, Coconut's tired after that big encounter. It's okay. It's okay. You did a great job.
Well, while she's waking up, I'm going to make us some breakfast. And as you know, we don't really have power on this boat yet. That's why we're still on the wall. We're hooked up to a little bit of shore power. And same with water. So to get water, we take some tubs up to the dock, hopefully at high tide, so we don't have to climb too big of a ladder, and then fill them up and bring them back in to do washing up, using the bathrooms.
Enough talk. More omelette.
Oh yeah, I haven't even turned it on yet. So this is our little cooker that we bought, because we just have a little bit of power, not enough for the whole thing or the oven or...
So it's actually just a little cooktop that's resting on our oven. Anyway, let's eat and let's get to work.
There were a bunch of foam plates on the boat, so we're going through and using them when we can to save a little bit on the washing up. But for the rest of the washing up, we're going to have to get some water now because we've run out. Might have made this a bit big. As you know, we haven't had any water on the boat, and we just got an email saying that our multiple pieces of water piping that we ordered from the UK are in. We knew that, but it's now saying that we can pay for them to go through customs. There's like a fee and then the actual VAT tax. And so it says to pay that before we can come and pick it up from the post office. And I translated the email and it says pay at an ATM. And I've never heard of such a thing, but we're going to go to an ATM and see if there's an option to pay for things. So fingers crossed that's a thing here, because I want to have water on the boat.
Any success?
No. I looked it up, so just on my phone, and it says you can do things like this in Portugal, but I'm guessing it's not on our cards. So next step is to go to the post office, but I don't know if it's at the post office or at a customs place, and then they send it to the post office.
Okay, let's just try. Nothing but excitement.
Well, we just went into the post office where the parcel is meant to be.
We've been into 3 different post offices.
But it's the company that's been sending us the emails, and that we went on to like give them all the details of us, like passport and everything, and filled in all the forms, and then the last step was to pay, and that's where it sent us an email saying go and pay it at an ATM. And then there's no option at the ATM to pay. Maybe there is for Portuguese people, but there certainly was no option for our cards, and we tried a couple of our bank cards. Anyway, so we went to the post offices and none of them have any idea how to pay and can't give us the parcel because it's not paid, so it's not finalised, but we can't pay.
Yeah.
So we really don't know what to do from here, and we just have already spent days and days trying to find what we need to fix the water system.
And on top of that, I'm now lost.
Oh well. It's a nice building. Nice little scenic drive on the way home.
Yeah, it's lovely. Since we're clearly not going to get our parts to fix the water anytime soon because we don't know how to pay for them. This is how we have to get water. So we basically grab these jugs and we walk them over there to a tap and we fill them up. First you gotta jump over a couple of boats though. By a couple I mean one.
One at the moment. And the tide is relatively high at the moment, so there's not too much ladder to climb, which is nice. And then there's a hose point, not a hose, but like a tap down near that boat. You can't kind of hog it and put a hose all the way to our boat.
Pretty simple from here. You just turn on the water. It fills really fast. There's also, I don't think you can see it on camera, but there's a part of this hose that leaks, and so you have to be concerned about where that is because it'll spray you good.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way.
Yeah. Done, just like that. This boat, I don't think we've said anything about it. It's absolutely massive, and apparently it's used for like movie sets and stuff like that. So there's always people inside it working. I think they're like changing up the inside about what's going on for the next movie that it's going to be booked in, but it is super big and super cool.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, back to our boat there.
The other terrible thing is we don't have lids for these, so you can't take like two at a time and just like hold them by the handles. You can only take one at a time, so it just makes the trip just that much longer. It has been really difficult looking after two boats, Supernova being in Martinique right now and us being over here in Portugal. So we are going to lower the price for Supernova. We're going to be kind of accepting anything over $115,000. That is substantially less than what we paid for the boat and everything, all the parts and everything we put into it, without even considering any labor or anything like that. So you'd be getting a crazy good deal. We just don't want anything to happen to Supernova while we're not there. We are gonna go back at some point and move Supernova to a haul out location that's safe for hurricane season. So if you were thinking about making an offer, but you didn't want to insult us, we're now looking at stuff around $115,000, and we'd be happy for the boat to go to a good person who's gonna use it and who's gonna, you know, travel around, because that's what Supernova was built to do. It is very, very well outfitted for all of that. A little bit of work still needs to be done if you're really picky, but it's all cosmetic stuff. All the big stuff is all done, and it's all new, and it's all on board, and it's been tested and it's working. So if you're interested, send us an email. I'll put the email right here, and yeah, we're happy to talk to you about it.
It's super windy today, and as you can see, our Starlink that's mounted over there isn't moving a millimeter. We've had it up here in like 45 knot gusts in 2 storms actually, and it hasn't moved at all. We've got it tied down with 4 ropes though in different directions, but we have decided we're going to try and install it a bit better and have the cables running properly into the saloon. And to do that, we're going to make use of this old location where a dome or satellite dish was located. I've already run a rope down, and we're going to use that to kind of put the Starlink cable down. I've got to do a bit of cleaning first, and then we'll see how we can run the Starlink cable down into the saloon hopefully, and then mount the Starlink.
That looks fun.
Might take a little bit. After getting it almost completely cleared off, I've discovered something.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, you're gonna clean that bit off too?
I suppose so. There we go, that one's definitely stuck. Even though we're not needing to use it now, this is a good piece of stainless that we can use for kind of cutting up and maybe using for brackets for the solar panels, mounting them. But we'll get to that another day. For now, I'm gonna tie or tape up the rope to the Starlink cable, feed it through, and I'll meet you down the bottom. So you can see we've pulled that line through and it's attached to the Starlink cable. And now what we've done is tape those both to another cable that's in here. It's actually a speaker cable and it's not attached to a speaker, so we're going to use that to pull both of these through across to that hatch, and then...
So that hatch right there, and you can see the speaker cable already coming down. For some reason it was just there, so we might as well use it.
Yes, we're going to use that. Then we'll have the Starlink cable closer to the saloon, and we'll also have this line through this area so that if we ever need to pull other things through, we've got a line ready to go. It was easy enough to pull the cable over to here, and then we've pulled it here. Now the next step, a little bit confusing, I hope it makes sense, but there was a cable already running for the stereo. I've got to get it all the way inside. So what I've done is undo that cable for the stereo, put the rope to it, put the Starlink cable to it. I'm going to pull that through. Then I'm going to attach a new rope to it and undo this, pull this rope back, leave the Starlink cable there, pull the stereo cable back with the new rope, and that way I can reattach the stereo cable and I'll have a new rope all the way across. Did that make any sense?
You know what, you do you. As long as you understand it, that's okay.
I figured it out. So this will get us all the way over to that side of the boat.
Okay.
We're almost there.
So I'm supposed to go to the top and pull on that cable then?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm at the top cockpit now. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just being told to pull on a cable, so I'm going to pull on that cable. It's right in here. Is that the one? That is a huge motorboat that's going by on the lift. And unfortunately that lift is about like a foot or like 1/3 of a meter too small to lift us out of the water. But man, that thing's impressive.
Last step is to pull on this green cable, and we should be able to pull through the actual Starlink cable and the rope.
Woohoo! Well, Yvette was putting the line through. I bolted our Starlink mount right here. And so basically this is the Starlink now upside down, and it's gonna go on here. I just need to put a little bit of sealant around here. I know this isn't all perfectly clean, but this is temporary until we get either a nicer piece of wood or something to go here. So it should be pretty easy. And I just want a nice fat bead of this stuff here. Should just be able to push it up here. and hear that little pop into place. And then we're all set.
Awesome.
I don't believe it was that easy.
I know, that would be the easiest job on a boat ever done in the history of humankind.
We might have to move these antennas. We'll see what kind of service we get.
Yeah, there's
We're
another one
hoping
here.
that we can just leave kind of everything as is. The antennas will be moving at some point, but we're just not sure when.
Moment of truth, turning on the Starlink. All you got to do is plug it into the router and it's as easy as that. It actually takes a little bit to turn on.
It's so anticlimactic.
Anyway, that's that. Should work. The best thing about getting this Starlink job done is that we can now close the door because we don't have the old Starlink cable running through the door anymore. If you guys remember on Supernova, we had cables running through the door forever, months and months and months and months of refit. So it's nice to be able to get the door shut on here way quicker than we ever did on Supernova.
Yay! While we're waiting for the internet to turn on.
I already tested it, it's already working.
Fine. Well, before I decide to start Googling stuff again, no, now I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna attach the AC. So Yvette cleaned up all nicely after her job, and after I installed the TV, I haven't reinstalled the AC, and it's stupid. It is very stupid. I was looking at it and I was like, why don't I just do that? So all it is a little cable back here that gets plugged into here, gets put back onto the wall, and then a couple of screws get put into it. And that's all it is. And I have yet to do it, which is slightly embarrassing. So let's just get it done. You can probably get it done during the whole time of just talking. Okay, there's one screw in. And here is the second. And then all that happens is this goes and gets clipped back on. And then it's done. Ask me why that took so long.
What about this mess here?
Now, you know what? Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Yeah, actually, she's very clean. I'm gonna clean this up too. We're gonna clean it all up, but just the whole thing is the water still needs to be done, and I'm gonna make an excuse, and that's why this all is pulled out. But yeah, I should just clean that up.
That's the fridge that's supposed to be back in there.
Yeah, the fridge goes in there.
The couches are off, that panel is off, the wires are out.
We're gonna do maybe a mini cleanup in like a week from now, but there's lots of work getting done. There's lots of like nitty gritty stuff that's like behind the scenes that maybe we'll show you some of it next week, but that were just little tiny jobs that we're just pounding at every single day. And
yeah, we're getting there, we're getting there.
We're getting there. The person that's helping us out the most, she's so sleeping right now, is this one.
No, just wake up.
Because she's been super cuddly the whole time, and she didn't at all jump on your face at 3 in the morning last night. Does this look like someone who's guilty?
Yep. 100%.
She jumped on Yvette's face at like 3 in the morning last night because she wanted to play. You can go back to sleep. So really appreciate everybody who's kind of following along. There's a bunch of new people on board, so thanks a lot for that. If you're interested in possibly coming sailing with us, I'm going to let Yvette tell you how you do that.
Well, before we go, I just wanted to say a big happy Easter to everybody. It's not quite Easter yet, but it almost is, so it's definitely time for some chocolate, which we've of course gone and bought, and I'll be stuffing my face this weekend. As you know, I love chocolate. But I also wanted to say, because we've got a lot of questions lately about when people can start coming on the boat with us, and we're thinking the end of June. And initially we're going to start just opening it up to Patreon. So if you are interested, just go over to Patreon and we have all the information there. We're going to be around the Mediterranean, most likely we're thinking Italy, and then maybe further into Greece. And so yeah, end of June, August, or July, August, September, and then we'll see probably for the Caribbean the following season. So the European winter or American winter. So we're excited about all of that,
and we're kind of got so many things underway. We're doing lots of things behind the scenes, getting everything ready, and we're really, really excited. We're getting there. We've got so much done so far.
We're even going to have a website soon.
Yeah, and so yeah, once we get that all up and running, then we'll open it up just to everybody who's interested in coming. But to start with, it's easy to go through Patreon. So yeah, thanks to all our Patreons so far, and thanks to all of you for watching and following and supporting us. Like the video if you like, and obviously subscribe. We're over 40,000 subscribers, which is just super happy.
It's crazy is what it is.
It'll be a big party when we hit 50k. So subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next Friday. Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter.